What's going on, everybody? This is Pat with Team Interstellar coming to you live from Great Lakes Game Emporium in Mentor, Ohio with
Vice President Jake. Today we did a sneak peek and I took first place with a fun little pile of cards. And let's get into the deck profile.
All right, man. We'll do some shout outs afterwards. What do you got for us?
All right, so we were playing ABC Punk Adventure Dragon fun stuff. So to start with the profile, we've got 2 Assault Core, 2 Bee Buster Drake, 2 Sea Crush Wyvern, and then the house of the deck, honestly, 3 Union Hanger, and the 1 driver as target. A lot of cards now are really degenerate for this combo deck. When you really think about it, like, constant recursion and constant specialing is just great. And with them being level 4s and us sneaking a lot of level 3s in, we get, like level 3 tuners, we get really good access to a lot of different field spells, and you'll see that as we go through the profile.
Awesome. Did you miss the third B?
It comes up every now and then. I don't think it's super necessary because we're playing other supplementary 4s.
Okay, what about the second driver?
The second driver, nah, that's a little different.
Yeah, stinky boy.
You draw them and you don't feel good. You have discard outlets, but you can't use some of your engine to get pieces out.
I got you. Okay.
Yep.
So that's all pretty standard.
We'll go to the next, and we've got 2 Regulus. Again, another house of the deck.
Sheesh.
He's
Rich.
He's really good at taking pieces and making himself unaffected when you take those pieces, and using them as extenders. And then, of course, 2 Disc Coliseum, just so you can find Regulus when you need him the most. He's a great pre-Nibiru negate and still offers a lot of utility that way.
Does the battle functionality come up for the Disc Coliseum for the battle effect?
If you end with Disc Coliseum, you're in a really good position because you can use that to protect your key combo pieces with like IP, because a lot of people will just try to normal summon once to get rid of the IP, and then you use Disc Coliseum because no one reads this card. No one reads Disc Coliseum at all. No one understands it has another effect. And especially no one understands that even if it protects, if you still destroy a monster, I'm getting a Regulus back and going to have it for next turn. With that, the card that really broke open this deck was Revolution Synchron. Being able to synchro from hand is nuts. Like, you stick a piece, now I don't need to worry about having another way to get a tuner. And I still make Ancient Fairy Dragon, which, again, that card coming off was also crazy. Its graveyard effect is even better because it makes itself a 1, and if you're in a situation, which we didn't play today, which I really kind of wish we did, where he's a 1 and you use your Adventure Negate, you have a Nat Beast, and Nat Beast is nuts.
Oh, because that plus the token with the Adventure package.
Yep. It's
Nice.
It's an Earth Fairy.
Strong.
The second best field spell in the deck, in my opinion, is Dragon's Ravine.
Look at that boy.
Because it's a discard fodder, it's not once per turn, and it's great ash bait. Because everything it discards is cost, and sometimes you need a piece in grave. With that, your targets are Destrudo and Darkworm. If you open Destrudo, any one of these 2, and Ravine, you have full combo.
Okay, how's that?
So if you'll pitch one, send the other. If there's no monsters on field, this summons, target, special, make AFD, pop field spell, get Union Hanger, you're there.
Okay. And Dragon Ravine's not once per turn.
Not once per turn. Again, great ash bait. And then, of course, every pile needs adventure. So we're playing 2 girl, 2 right, and then your 1-ofs. This is just here because it's a great discard outlet, and of course, setting up a negate before Nibiru is super important. It just means you're Nibiru proof. It does lose pretty hard to draw, but we have some options to check that, so it's not too concerning. And in the worst case scenario, Adventure Engine Pass can sometimes just get you there. There's a reason why this engine specifically has been around for so long.
The new half game.
That's right.
New old.
2000. The fun stuff, where we fit the Punk engine in. So 3 E-Telly for these 2, because you want to see it. And then 3 Foxy Tune.
Okay.
Your ratios are the way they are just because you want to see these tuners. And Wagon also gets you this field spell, which is just a free draw. Because you start with Wagon, you have 2 E-Telly, full combo. Because you get Wagon, you get field spell, and then you just need a level 4. And that's really easy with how many we play. it also really opens up some funny extra deck shenanigans with like Foxy and a 3 makes Pep, and sometimes Pep Pass is really funny. Hand Traps is admittedly where we've been messing with the ratios a lot because we have been playing, currently we're on 3 Ash, 3 Imperm. Droll has been something that we've been going back and forth, both Pat and I, on because it's so impactful this meta, but we don't know if in main is the right idea just because these cards tend to hit a lot, and especially like a lot of the decks that we see at our events, like Ashing Emergency is great, Imperming Turbulence is really good. If you can get a really good like Imperm on any Pearly monster, or we have a lot of Mana DM, so if we can slow them down at their like choke points, we're in there. And then just our one-ofs. You play 1 Set Rotation, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Terraforming. The reason why for this is because field spells are your most important combo pieces, and this helps you get Adventure or Dragons into the graveyard, which is just free extenders.
What happened with Set Rotation earlier? That was pretty cool.
So Set Rotation plus Adventure is great. You Set Rotation, you give them the field spell you want to start with, and the field spell you want to end with, and then if you have Adventure, you go through. So like I gave my opponent Union Hanger, I gave myself Union Hanger, and my opponent Dragon's Ravine because I needed to really get to the tuner, and I had Adventure in hand. So I activated Union Hanger, went full Union Hanger combo, stopped, activated the Adventure Engine. On my 4th summon, I got Griffin Rider, and then I Draco back bounced the field spell back to my hand, and had full Dragon combo after that, so I could continue my plays. And I put up a board that was Barone, Regulus, IP, and ABC Buster Dragon with a set Solemn. It was gross. It was just full combo.
Saucy.
Yeah. And that's where we get into our extra deck. There's a lot of argument where you play 3 of this. I think people who don't know how the deck runs, I think 3 is a great option just because you have to be very like pensive with your activations of this because it can get lost and then it really messes up your like utility resource. But a quick effect banish and then quick effect tag out with a lot of our extra deck is just really, really strong because we play IP. It opens up a lot of like avenues. Sometimes just this card with IP is enough to end on because any deck that needs their normal summon, they're not keeping their normal summon. And then of course we play Ancient Fairy Dragon. This card's not okay. Like it coming back was crazy.
Shout out to Hunter.
That's right. For helping Pat and I get some pretty cardboard. That's what we love. This deck's really good at 1 being an extender and 2 being vital to any field spell .deck combo pieces. With this plus 1 field spell, you're in exactly where you need to be. Even if it's a throwaway field spell like the Punk one, you're still there because you can get Union Hanger, and Union Hanger is the best field spell in the deck.
And win in time.
Yes, also a great in-engine time card when you really need it. With that, a piece plus Revolution Synchron equals that, and then Revolution Synchron plus this equals Crystal Wing, which again, just another piece of interruption. Something this deck, when we first played it, your interruption was Regulus and then Griffin Rider. Adding these 2 cards in with Revolution Synchron just changes how you can play the game, because even if you can't make this, if you just have Griffin Rider in Synchron, that's Baron, which is right here. And Baron's ability to tag out into anything is really crazy. We were playing locals last night, and I actually tagged Baron out into Pep.
Ugh.
And was under in life points, and it was a really big come up. It's kind of funny. So then we play Pep for the Punk stuff, and we're testing this just because Destrudo plus Ancient Fairy Dragon makes Chaos Angel, and sometimes when you're pushing for game, it's actually pretty viable. And I guess Chaos Angel has that other effect where it can banish something, which gets rid of problem cards.
Yeah.
We
don't take Baron out for Pep though, because that's illegal.
Oh well.
Level 9 or lower, but it's fine. We won't tell them.
We moved too fast. It is a good tag out for ABC Buster Dragon again.
Yep.
Dweller, because we play a lot of decks here that have like graveyard effects. Tyr's starting to see a resurgence, which is really funny because I think that deck's kind of copium, but it's funny as an engine, especially with like the Horus cards. And if your opponent's playing Unchained, this card just turns off their turn.
Oh yeah.
Same thing with, like I said, you have to be careful because if you if they have a monster on board and they're playing tier and they have Super Paul, you're never activating this card, which sucks, but making it is really good. Our Link package is where it's really, really interesting. I don't have an SP Little Knight, but I'd probably replace Chaos Angel with it. But we play Pit Knight because you can point ABC to him. ABC will point to him and then IP. And it offers us another form of interruption because this is a negate when anything it points to activates its effect, which is just so strong. Our IP is just vital because you can make a free Link 4. Against Unchained, we learned that if you make Avermax, that deck just can't out this card in any side of the way. The other really good make, it happened a few times where you'll have IP and Buster Dragon. You'll banish something and then they'll activate Talon's Take. Activate IP, activate Buster, make Underworld Goddess. They can't take your card, and you have a negate for a special out of the graveyard.
Why not?
Underworld Goddess is only affected by things that target, and very fortunately, Tactics doesn't target.
Okay.
It also came up where someone tried to pop it, and it was made with IP. So IP is just great. Yep. You can also make Appaloosa. A 4 negate Appaloosa is really, really strong.
Yeah, especially going into battle phase if they have evenly.
Yep.
It's insane.
And then of course, because we're playing any Link deck, you'll play 1 Unicorn and 1 access code. Pushing the game, access code plus the pieces you banish off is just 300 over game.
Or Regulus.
Regulus as well.
I think it's 81.
It's actually 100 over game. We'll go to the side. Side's pretty interesting. One of the things that we're on right now is we're siding Droll just because it's really strong, but I don't know if it's main worthy as of right now. It hits a lot, but doesn't hit everything. Some decks like Rescue Ace especially can play through it. You'll Droll them when they search Turbulence, and you'll just be like, well, they're still setting 4. Okay. We do have a problem where we don't have a lot of outs. So we'll just hand you a Gamma Seal, especially over like some Pearly cards. Big Bungus passes can sometimes be a problem. So that's kind of why we play that. We play 2 Cosmic, 1 Duster. Cosmic because we lose the anti-spell real hard, and then Dusters for all the back row decks plus Rescue Ace. Like,
yep.
You have to respect Lab. You have to respect Rescue
Pearly,
Ace, of course.
Pearly. Get rid of other stuff.
Yep.
For you, Kaiju.
And then this was a little bit of spice. We're playing Salesman because I don't like Droll. Droll sucks. And if I'm putting this in, I'm obviously not playing Droll. You're not playing Droll either. So it's just
start going first card, yeah.
Yeah, we'll start your turn. We'll start your turn and activate it, and just play without fear. And then last but not least, Dark Ruler Who. We got Solemn Judgment. You need these for board breakers. Regulus is an Omni, but you can't play around Dark Ruler. There's just no way. This deck has the hardest time with that. It's the same thing with some cards, like if you end on just Dweller and they activate Encore, like you're screwed. So you have to have some ways to activate something. I know like Encore is really strong, but like Herald of the Abyss is just another thing where you can be like, no.
Yep.
And that's really like the meat and potatoes of it. We've been like labbing this really hard because we really want to see what the deck can do in a format that's so open. The big thing right now is, I'm sure as everyone's felt, nothing's solved. There's so many decks that are so good. With AGOV coming out, we have so many new strategies. Horus, the Diabolstar stuff is pretty interesting. There's an argument for that engine because Jet Synchron's also really crazy, and you can make some funny stuff there. The Visa stuff, Armatara with the counter trap is definitely citable. It's something we've been labbing, and I'm just really excited to see that the deck's good now that the great gatekeeper of Arise Heart's gone.
And Droll.
Yeah. We don't like Droll.
Yucky.
I have a few shout outs. I want to shout out Pat. He's definitely helped me a lot with this deck. He's put this deck in my hand a few times, and I've always had fun playing it.
Hell yeah.
It was kind of like our pet project now that we're ready to break it. Shout out to Team Interstellar, of course. We're doing great stuff. We're winning. We're having fun. Shout out to Game Emporium and Dirt here. That's our guy. He makes sure that we're taken care of. We take care of him. And shout out to Sam because Nat Beast is a good card.
Hell yeah. All right, man. Well, it was great learning a little about your deck, and congratulations on your win today. And this is Pat from Team Interstellar signing out.